Sagittarius. We are going to be doing a reading, so we're going to get right into it and see what is going on. You guys just had the Ace of Wands just come out, so this is like a love relationship spread. So all right, it's kind of exciting. So let's see what's going on. Sagittarius. Hold on here. Six of Pentacles and the Justice card. I think that there's something here that I feel like you're like, I think you want to put more energy into something. You know what I'm saying? That's what I feel. I think there's something that you're like, yep, this is what I want to be doing, or this makes sense. This is, if I keep doing this, this is going to be the effect of that. Okay. That kind of situation. So, all right, let's see what's going on. All right. I'm getting someone being like, you're making me an honest man, or I don't like something like that. I don't know. That's what I heard. So something like that. So, all right, let's see. It doesn't have to be a man, by the way. All right. Or somebody thought you were going somewhere else. All right, let's see. Hold on. Let's see what's going on here. Sagittarius. Whoa. 3 cards just came out for 1 placement. All right. Okay. We're going to leave it that way. So, all right, let's see. And the Page of Swords is at the bottom. So, all right, excellent. I like it. This might be like maybe a new relationship, or I don't know. There's something going on. So, all right, you guys, let's see. You have the High Priestess, and this is showing up for like the foundation of the relationship here. Okay, maybe this is like a spiritual connection, or like an intuitive connection, something regarding that, okay? What I can also understand is I feel like possibly the foundation of whatever's going on here is like you guys might share like the same like secrets, I almost want to say, you know, that kind of stuff, or there might be, okay. I'm also understanding something about like you both were like giving one person like the cold shoulder, and then like a relationship like formed out of that kind of thing. Okay. That could be something here. I do think that maybe this is a private type of situation. You know what this is reminding me of? I feel like it was Leo's reading, that there was like some like privacy, I feel like, or something about that. Okay, so there might be something kind of popping up in your reading regarding that as well. So, all right, let's see. You guys have the 5 of Pentacles. This is showing up for your perspective of the relationship. So I wonder if you are feeling... Okay, if there is like secrets going on, that kind of stuff, I feel like you're aware of it. Okay, Sag, I think there's something that you're very much aware of that in some sense. Okay, and I almost feel like your perspective is like this person doesn't want to share a certain thing with you. Okay, that kind of stuff, or is leaving you out of something, like possibly on purpose. Okay, this is an interesting thing here going on. I don't know that I expected this. Just, I don't know. Let's see what else is going on. You guys have the 4 swords, and this is showing up as like their intentions. I think this is somebody who wants to like collect their thoughts, or maybe is wanting to give a little bit of a break in some sense. Okay, that kind of stuff, possibly giving you some space to think about something, or well, this is your energy here. So maybe this is you guys being like, you know what, I intend to like, again, either give something some rest here, but I mean, this to me seems like a spiritual reading. So again, like, you know, I don't know, man, like this, I'm like, yes, these are supposed to be love readings, but I'm understanding this as a very spiritual kind of connection. So that might be what it is. You know what I'm saying? Maybe this, again, maybe you're both like super spiritual or super intuitive, or there's something about that in some sense. Okay. That kind of stuff. So, all right. This 4 of Swords for your intentions is really interesting to me. Like, there's something about wanting a specific level of help, but why aren't you just asking for that? Okay, there's something here that you're like, I'm not asking for that for whatever reason. Okay, that kind of stuff. Like, it feels like you're more so like, I'll figure it out on my own, or I'll kind of like, I don't know, do something like, again, maybe privately, or you're feeling like I have to clear my head before like going into whatever this is, okay? I gotta tell you another thing. Maybe this is like an online relationship or something like that, because I am picking up something actually about like technology or something in that way, you know, that kind of stuff. So, all right, interesting. You might even be like, you know what, I feel there's something here that I think that you're wanting to like, maybe there's something that you're personally recovering from, you know what I'm saying? Or there's something that happened maybe within the relationship that you are like, you know what, my intention is to kind of recover in some sense from something here, okay? All right, let's see. So you guys had 3 cards come out for this placement here. This is for like your partner's perspective of the relationship. So you guys got the Judgment card, the World card, and the Page of Pentacles. So this is, I mean, I feel like their perspective is either one of like, I've made a decision, or this is like what I'm naturally supposed to do, and there's maybe something about closure, or there's something here where they understand that like they feel like you see the same thing that they do, or there's a level of like, I don't know whether this is like literally closure on some type of relationship here, okay? Maybe there's something about like, hey, they're ready to give you an offer or to extend a message or maybe tell you about something here, that kind of stuff, okay? There's something regarding that. I also understand there, I'm telling you, there's something about like learning or teaching or something like that going on here, okay? So pretty interesting dynamic, all right? I'm definitely understanding that. I do think this is an interesting dynamic, however this started or what you're kind of doing right now. There's I don't know. I'm not really sure how to explain it. Okay, there's a song, I'm gonna get the words wrong. It's like, I'll cross the world for you or something like that. I'm not really great about like 80s music, but maybe that's early 90s. I don't really know, but I know I'm getting something about that, okay? There's something regarding that I am picking up, and I feel like that's how they're seeing something as like, I mean, they're either waiting for you to like speak up and be like, okay, like I'm speaking up now, that kind of stuff, or I need a particular help in this way, or I want to connect in this way. Like for some of you guys, this is like telepathic communication or like meditating, that kind of stuff, and connecting somehow in that way, okay? That kind of stuff. That, of course, that's not going to be for everybody, but I'm absolutely picking up something like that for somebody here, okay? Certainly am. So, all right. Maybe you guys like the Grateful Dead, okay? I'm also getting like Eyes of the World off of this, so I don't know. There's something going on that like I feel like this person sees you in like a really wonderful light, or is seeing the relationship in a really wonderful light, but it's like I feel like they have something they want to like ask you, but maybe you're in the energy of like being like, I need to clear my head first, or I really have to think about whatever this is, okay? That kind of stuff. For some of you guys, maybe it's even like, you might even be feeling like, I need to get something else figured out before I jump into a relationship, or, you know, that kind of stuff. All right. I pick up some pessimism coming out of like your side of things, okay? I am picking up that energy. So for their intentions, you guys have the Wheel card here. So there's a lot of like major arcana going on like your partner's side here. So they might be going through like a bunch of different, maybe even an awakening of some sort, okay? I wonder if you even like sparked some sort of awakening, okay, with this other person, that kind of stuff, all right? I am understanding that. Okay, so yes, you guys have the Wheel, and this is showing up for their intention. So I feel like I think that they like, to me, it just feels like this person is like, I want to take a risk on you, or I want to change things that like, I want to like change together. Like I want to like kind of like go through like ups and downs, that kind of stuff, like with you. All right, that's what I'm feeling. So here's the thing, like this Wheel card, right? So like, you know, that let's say that it's talking about like luck, okay? So like good luck versus like bad luck, whatever, you know, whatever you want to call it, that kind of stuff. This might be that their intention is like, dude, I want to stick through you. I want to, I want to stick with you like through the good and the bad, that kind of stuff, through the ups and the downs, that kind of situation, all right? I feel like there's something about that, okay? And I am understanding something about they are like intending to take a chance on you, but here's what I'm getting. I feel like you're like, yeah, but they shouldn't. Like, look at all my flaws. Like, first of all, Sagittarius, you got to stop that, okay? okay? Like, well, that's, you know, that's easier said than done, but we shouldn't be picking ourselves apart. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, like easier said than done, but this individual, whatever's going on here, again, they're seeing you as like, yeah, this is like something like worth going after, or this is like the next like inevitable step, or you know what I'm saying? Something like that. So I don't know. For some of you guys, I swear to God, it's like they're like, you're my lucky charm. Like, I don't mean like cereal. Maybe I mean cereal. I don't mean cereal, but all right, but what am I saying? But they're, yeah, it's like you're the lucky charm. You know what I'm saying? You know, people like, they watch sports and they're like, oh, I was wearing this, I don't know, hat when I watched this game won, this team won. I don't know, something like that. Okay, that kind of stuff. That's kind of what I'm feeling. All right. I want to say pendant. All right, a pendant of some sort. All right. So let's see. You guys have the Ace of Cups, and this is showing up as what brings you guys together. So yes, I feel like there's just like that feeling of like, you know, love for each other, that kind of stuff, that's always good. And I'm telling you, there is an intuitive connection here. Okay, that kind of stuff. There really is. So, interesting. I actually really like that. I think that's kind of cool. You guys also maybe have like the same loves, or the same thing kind of like fills you up in some sense. Okay, that kind of stuff. You guys might also be like really big into music or lyrics or that kind of situation. All right, there might be something in that. Like, I feel like I want to say with this Ace of Cups, like you both like fill each other's cup, you know, that kind of stuff. So all right, let's see. You have the Knight of Cups, and this is showing up as what might be pulling you apart. I feel like this is your confidence in whatever this is here. Okay, I think there is something about like, I feel weird exposing that, or I don't want to be vulnerable, or I don't want to, you know, X, Y, and Z, whatever the heck it is there, that kind of stuff. I feel like that's what's maybe like, you know, pulling apart or something about that. All right, that kind of stuff. Again, being like maybe it's like I have a hard time opening up like emotionally, or I have a hard time like really showing like my true feelings about whatever it is. I will also say maybe this is just one of those things where like, you know, being like romantic, like that doesn't come naturally to like everybody. That might be something that it's like one person's expecting that, or, you know, like I feel like we're maybe talking even about like love languages or that kind of stuff. So all right, the external influences here, you guys have the King of Cups. So King of Cups, all right. I feel like one of you guys is getting advice from somebody, or they're talking to somebody here that, I don't know, maybe is like just kind of listening to, I don't know. I feel like one person is venting about something, and the other person is not. All right, I'm picking up something about that. Okay, that's showing up in like the external world. Okay. That's what I'm saying. I think you guys both pick up on like the energy around you, that kind of stuff. That's what I'm saying about like that, like deep, like intuitive connection or something regarding that. Okay. I think that is something here, is you're picking up on like the energy of possibly, maybe one another. Okay. You guys might like really pick up on each other's energy, that kind of stuff. Okay. That just might be something here. All right. Okay, let's see. So let's clarify. One of your placements came out with like 3 cards, so I'm not going to clarify that one, but let's see what else is going on. Whoa. Okay, well, I don't know. The 7 of Wands like really wanted to come out. All right, maybe you're feeling like you have to put boundaries up in some sense, or you're yeah, there's like something that you're like, hold on, that's my line. That's it. Like that's when I start feeling uncomfortable or something like that. But I swear to God, I feel like this person is like, no, this is worth, again, taking a chance on in some sense. There's the 8 of Swords at the bottom. Like, that's what I'm saying. This is like, you might be feeling like kind of stuck in something here, but I feel like whatever is going on the other side is asking you to, I want to say, not be so hard on yourself. Okay, that kind of stuff. And also like maybe being okay with, again, like, you know, I don't know, doing something that you're maybe seeing as like, oh, this is going to show what I don't, this is going to show what I don't want to show, or something like that. So, all right, let's see what's going on. Sagittarius. I do understand something about you guys feeling like you're locked out of something, or feeling like they're like not saying everything, or there's like a, I don't know, something, there's, you know what I'm saying, something like that. So yeah, and you feel that intuitively. That's what I'm saying. So all right, let's see. All right. Okay, so with this Five of Pentacles here. You guys have the Queen of Cups. So again, this is showing up for like your perspective of the relationship. I do think that you are intuitively feeling like it's almost like you're like, I can't tell if you're in the position of being like, oh, I should have better, or if you are thinking that this person should have better. You know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff. And that's what I mean is like kind of being like nice to yourself, that kind of stuff. I feel like that would probably be like a good thing. But I also understand something about you having this like intuitive feeling or whatever the heck it is, or something about that I feel like you're like, there's something else there. There's something that is like not been discovered yet, or they're leaving me out of this on purpose or something like that. And I got to tell you, maybe that's even you leaving something out on purpose on behalf of, you know, somebody that you're with, you know, that kind of stuff. It's really interesting. All right. I also wonder if you're feeling like every time you like bring up like a specific thing that maybe has like a lot of emotions or makes you feel a certain type of way. Like I wonder if you're feeling like you're being met with like a hard time to communicate, or maybe being like defensive, you know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff. Okay, that might be something here. I also wonder if you are, I don't know. I think you might be feeling a little bit left out of something. So, all right, let's see. You guys, so you have the Four of Swords, and then you have with the Four of Pentacles here. So maybe you guys like number 4, okay? This is showing up for your intentions, all right? So Four of Swords, Four of Pentacles. I mean, I think that I think your intentions here are to recover on something and then kind of like hold out for something, you know? There's something here that I think that you're wanting to keep to yourself, okay? So that's what I'm saying. There's just like secrets on both sides, but a secret does not have to mean that it's like this huge, enormous thing, okay? Sometimes we just keep things like that are super personal, or maybe are like a sensitive subject or that kind of stuff. We keep that to ourselves until it's like time to do so, or until whenever. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? That's like a personal, who am I to tell you when to do that? You know what I'm saying? That's totally like, that's up to you, that kind of stuff. So I feel like that is maybe what's going on. There's something here that maybe you're like, I need to recover about this, or I really want to like really think about this, that kind of stuff, before you kind of like make something like this is what I'm doing, or I'm holding on to this, I'm not giving this thing up, that kind of stuff. Okay, certainly could be. Maybe you're even focusing on like finances right now. There might be like a financial struggle that's even like kind of coming into play here. All right, so let's see. All right, so for the foundation of this relationship, you have the High Priestess and the Hermit. That's what I'm saying. It's like, this is like undercover. I don't know what to tell you. This is like complete secrecy, undercover, like friggin' anonymous behavior, that kind of stuff. I'm telling you, that came out in Leo's reading. All right, absolutely. I also think that this is maybe something where it's like, you guys, maybe there's something here where like, I mean, I cannot help but stress the fact that, first of all, maybe you guys have the same south and north node. Okay, that could be it. You might have the same like moon sign, or a particular placement in your chart that you're like, hey, we bonded on that, or something about that, or like we both started here, we're both going there, that kind of stuff. Okay, that might be something here, especially with that wheel card showing up here for their intentions. All right, absolutely could be. I think that there is something here that you're like, you know what, we like to keep things kind of private, or this happened in secrecy, that kind of stuff, okay? I also understand possibly sharing something with somebody else that you've not shared with other people, possibly a previous partner or something like that, okay? There's something about that. So, all right. So again, for their perspective of the relationship, you guys have like the Judgment card, the World card, and the Page of Pentacles. We already talked about this. I feel like this is, you know, this person, again, having the intentions of like seeing your side of things, or they're ready to accept something, finalize something, conclude something. Like, I feel like this person sees you as like the end all be all, that kind of stuff. You know, that's what I'm feeling. All right. Okay, so let's see. So for their intentions, you guys have the Wheel card, and then you have it with the Nine of Pentacles here. So yes, I feel like I think that they have the intentions of absolutely taking a chance on you in some sense. And I also feel, I gotta tell you, I feel like they see you as like, in like a really good light, like possibly even like they might even be wanting to like show you that like you're able to do like extremely difficult things, or that you progress to like a certain level of something, okay, that kind of stuff. That I feel like this person is extremely supportive of whatever you're doing here, or supportive of you, that kind of stuff. All right, I'm absolutely understanding that. Okay. But I also think that there's like a level of like independence going on here. Like, I feel like there's something where it's like this person maybe is like, you know, if things get too out of control or whatever the heck it is, it's like, okay, I can give you some like independence or like kind of, I don't know, like back away in some sense, that kind of stuff. Like, I feel like this is not an overbearing energy. You know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff. So, all right. Okay. And you might even be thinking like, you might be like, well, hold on, I'm used to somebody who's like always like in my face or something about that. And that might be why you're like, are they like leaving something out or something like that? Maybe it's just that that's what it is. They're just not like, you know, like overbearing. That's what I'm, you know, something like that. So, all right. For what brings you guys together, you guys have the Ace of Cups and you have it with the Tower card here. So, all right, what brings you together? Interesting. I want to say Tower Records. I know that probably has nothing to do with your reading unless it weirdly does. Okay, but I don't know. That was the first thing that popped into my head there. Ace of Cups and the Tower for what brings you together. I think this is a surprise romance of some kind, or you both have like the same. Maybe you both have had like a really like shocking experience that maybe kind of like caused you to have to like overhaul something or like totally like reframe something, work from the ground up, that kind of stuff. Okay, certainly could be. And I also wonder if there's something here that it's like you maybe have noticed something, but like it's almost like you avoided each other until it was like the time to do so or something like that. Okay, that kind of stuff. And I'll tell you another thing with that whole like intuitive connection, something about that. I think that you guys also are good at like predicting like what's going to happen. And it's like you both can do that, or, you know, something regarding that, or that, I don't know, or maybe like one of you is really good at that and the other, there's some dynamic here that again is like really interesting. All right. So with the Knight of Cups, you guys have the Page of Swords, and this is showing up for what's possibly pulling you apart here. So I think that this is maybe having a hard time like speaking up about something, or, you know, when you're maybe feeling like this is going to be like, you know, I'm going to have to be vulnerable during this, that kind of stuff. Okay, that could certainly be something here. I want to say something about writing something down, okay, that kind of stuff, or the way you're writing something, or I don't know, something about that. That seems to be pulling you apart. I'm not exactly sure, you know, what exactly that could mean there. Maybe it's that like, maybe one of you guys kind of like reads into things very much so, or is possibly, again, that story of like listening to like somebody else and then allowing that information to like infiltrate like your relationship in some way, you know, that kind of stuff. That could possibly be something that is pulling you apart. Okay, that kind of thing. I also wonder if it's like something that's really important to either you or the other person. I wonder if like, again, either you or the other person is feeling like unheard in that way, or feeling like, oh, like they don't think that that's that important, but maybe to you it is in some sense. Okay, that kind of stuff. So, all right, let's see. I also want to say handwriting analysis, or I don't know, that I'm not really sure what's up with that, but all right. Okay, so let's see, you guys, so with the King of Cups, you guys have the Page of Cups. This is showing up as the external influences. So okay, I mean, again, I feel like this is like, you know what it is, it's almost like there's something, I wonder if there's just like a particular like trigger in general that maybe you both have. Okay, that kind of stuff. And again, like I do understand something about one of you guys maybe getting advice from somebody or venting to somebody, that kind of stuff. But here's the thing, if you're venting to somebody, and I'm saying pretend that this isn't like you're venting to like a friggin' like qualified therapist or a doctor, you know what I'm saying? Somebody who's like, that's what you're there for, that kind of stuff. Then it might be that it's like, you know, somebody is maybe venting to like the wrong person. And by that, I mean venting to somebody that like your partner would be upset about that. You know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff. Like that's not exactly great. Like you shouldn't really be talking or like venting, you know, about like your love life with somebody who is like, who maybe your partner feels like you might have like eyes for, or something about that, you know, I don't know, something like that. There's something in there that I'm picking up, and it's showing up as like something that's maybe affecting it on like the outside. Okay. Okay. And I also feel like I do feel like you're maybe, unfortunately, maybe like used to or expecting somebody just to like up and leave, you know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff. Like that is the worst feel in the world. I don't really know how to like make that not a thing. I really don't. If you know, friggin' tell me. Okay, but there might be something in that, you know what I'm saying? There might be something regarding that. So all right, let's see. Sagittarius. Ooh, inspiration hunt. So you guys have number 24, inspiration hunt. So that's kind of awesome. You had the Ace of Wands that like popped out before for you guys, okay? So I love that. Also, this is number 24, and you also have the wheel. I always think of like good luck as 24 because 24 looks like Jupiter. It just does. So that's awesome. I really like this. So inspiration hunt. So, okay, there we go. Maybe that's all it is like, you know, getting some inspiration, that kind of stuff, okay? Getting like your passion where it needs to be, all that kind of stuff. But I like that inspiration hunt. That also does make me feel of this whole like, okay, taking a risk on somebody or taking a chance on somebody, that kind of stuff in order to like find inspiration. So that's awesome. I really like that. I think that's probably something that you guys I think it's something you guys like together. Okay. Ace of Cups and the Tower card there. So, all right. Excellent. So that's what I have for you guys, Sagittarius. Hope this reading was helpful and made sense, all that kind of stuff. If not, you can you can look at your other you can watch your other placements. Otherwise, I will see you guys back for your next one. Thank you. Bye.